It doesn't have to be a Great Depression, yet, for musicians who lack health care to get downtrodden about their prospects. To that end, the Sweet Relief charity has put together a new compilation album, Sweet Relief, We Can Help, which features choice covers from artists like Lucinda Williams, Richard Thompson, and Blake Mills. But only one singer is heard from twice in the collection, and it's someone whose name hasn't appeared on a lot of records lately. Michael Penn. Penn's two contributions to this philanthropic effort are classic pre-war anthems that spoke to how many members of the middle class were falling into economic ruin in the chaos in the late 20s and early 30s. Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? And Hallelujah, I'm a Bum, the latter of which also includes a duet part from Amy Mann. His two tracks will add to the collective that will throw more than a few dimes the way of the struggling musicians that Sweet Relief supports. He's been a supporter for a while. In fact, my first tour, soon after his breakout single, 1989's No Myth, was all over the radio. I had Victoria Williams on the road with me, and it was just a blast. It was around that time that she was first dealing with her MS diagnosis and thinking about forming Sweet Relief. These two songs were actually first recorded more than a decade ago, with the intention of being included in a previous Sweet Relief compilation. It was determined that they didn't fit the mood then, conceptually. But now, with not just musicians but the wider world worried about recession, or worse, these depression anthems felt practically ripe on the vine. While Sweet Relief, We Can Help, came out in an exclusive vinyl double LP edition for Record Store Day in April, the official digital release of the album waited until this weekend. Scroll down for a full track list. Penn's contributions really drive the Wayback Machine hard, but both these songs are so applicable now because they both come out of historical situations that are analogous to where we're headed, says Penn. If I was going to do any song at all, I knew Brother, Can You Spare a Dime was the one I wanted to do, because Yip Harburg is one of my favorite lyricists of all time. Harburg also co-wrote Over the Rainbow and the other Wizard of Oz songs as well as Brother. And then with Hallelujah, I'm a Bum, I was a little worried that people would not get the sarcasm of it, because it really is a mirror image of where we are now. It was written around the time when the oligarchs and the quote-unquote titans of industry building the railroads were in control in the late 1800s. And it's the same as fucking Elon Musk. I mean, the guys who ran the tracks across the nation were the same kinds of crazy oligarchs that we have now.